Hey everybody, I've been wanting to do this video for a while about the pros and cons of the various places I've lived as a digital nomad over the last 5 years or so. So let's jump right in, starting with where I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Pros, everything is comfortable, great weather, it's close to the water so you have a nice breeze, and there's all kinds of different nature for you outdoorsy types. Cons are the people are unfriendly, pretentious, and liberal. There's too much traffic, it's too expensive, and San Francisco has lost its charm, and there's too many homeless people. After San Francisco, I went to Santa Cruz for my formative years, and the pros are the best acai bowls in the world are at Cafe Brazil. West Cliff Drive is a beautiful place and a great walk or bike ride. Lots of great trees, and it's a good coming of age place. Cons are, in a lot of ways, they are open minded, but they are so liberal to the point where they will ostracize you if you don't go along with everything going on there. Also, there's not a lot of social events, and there's not a lot of jobs. Next up, San Diego, one of my favorite places on the West Coast. Pros are that it's more conservative, and you feel like you're on the edge of the universe. And it's disconnected from the rest of the craziness in Los Angeles. And there's a lot of great beaches, and there's a different feel going on from one part of the city to another. So there's some diversity there. And it's sunny and hot, if that's what you like. Cons, it's kind of expensive. Orange, California, home to Disneyland and lots of colleges. And the first pro is that there's many beautiful college girls. There's really great coffee shops. It's near the beaches. It's got an old-timey feel, and things are clean. Cons are that it's getting expensive. Palm Springs, not too far away. I spent some time here this year. And the pros are that it's clean and easy to be healthy there out in the desert. And the people are appreciated. They let you be you, and they don't judge. Very good hiking. Cons are that there's not a lot to do. It's kind of one-dimensional, and once again, too many liberals. Aruba, the small island off the coast of South America. The pros are the beaches are amazingly blue water, great for relaxing, great temperature. The other one is it is what you make of it. I know there are good hospitals there, and you won't want to leave. Cons are that it's very touristy, and when you go away from the tourist areas, it can be sketchy. All right, now we're going to Florida, my other favorite part of the country, starting with Pensacola, Destin. And this is the most beautiful emerald water in the continental United States I've seen. Great seafood as well. Cons are tourist destination and hurricanes, which could be said for a lot of these Florida places. But next up, we're going back to Las Vegas, one of my favorite cities in the United States to live. The pros are that there's a lot of freedom. You can do what you want. It's also easy to meet people, and it's good value to cost of living, although it is getting more expensive. Cons are it's dirty. It's not easy to meet locals because there's so many out-of-towners, and it's not a good place for a relationship if that's what you're looking for. It's also very hot in the summer. Go back to Florida. This is where I'm at right now in Naples, Southwest Florida. I would say it's a great combination of conservative values, but with care for environment and health. This has the most great diners in the United States, and I'm going to shout out Goldie's and Angelo's. Great place to meet people because everybody's in a good mood and friendly. And it's also very peaceful here. Cons are no mountains. It's very flat. It's also one way in, one way out. Historically, this place has been for seniors, but more young people are here now, and Another con would be that there's not a lot of things going on. There's not a lot of nightlife. And another con, in the summer, it's way too hot and rainy, like it is right now. Miami, Fort Lauderdale. It's a great place if you want to have fun and have excitement. There's always something to do, lots of parties. Cons are that it's kind of trashy and expensive. Another Florida place, getting them all crossed off here. Daytona Beach and the new Smyrna area. These are two places great for surfing and waves. Um, the people there also do what they want and they DGAF. So then the cons are it's completely ratchet. That's the only way that I could describe it. Nashville. Nashville, Tennessee is down to earth. And the people are very authentic. Great barbecue and country music. This is the place for you. Cons are that you feel like you're ruining a great place by being there. Denver, Boulder, over in Colorado. I would say Denver's downtown area is one of the most underrated downtowns that I've ever been. I've had a great time every time I went out there, and I met a lot of cool people. Cons are that it's run and consists of a bunch of brainwashed liberals. Now, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona. Pros are there's something for everybody. It's also got a good mix of old and new. If you go to the right places, you'll find a little bit of everything. Cons. Everybody's moving here, so cost of living is rising, and weather is hot in the summer. Chicago. Pros, there's lots of stuff to do. Each area of the city feels very different, and it's a great place if you want to hook up. Lake Michigan is a nice asset that gives another dimension that other cities do not have. Cons are super liberal, especially the mayor, Lightfoot. And you feel like you are in a big city, and it's easy to feel insignificant. Little Rock, Arkansas. This is a random city that I went to, but I found that it was worth this list because I felt like it was completely underrated, and they've got a great southern hospitality. The people are probably one of the nicest people that I've met overall. It's not overcrowded yet. I'd say you get the benefits of a big city with also the benefits of a small town. Cost of living is still low, and quality of life is still getting better. Cons are the weather, and you have to have a car. It's not very walkable. And another con is I did not see a lot of attractive women in Little Rock, Arkansas. Next up, Austin, Texas. Something for everybody. It's got a little bit of that country flair that they used to have more, but it's a good place to work remotely because there are a lot of tech companies there and a lot of people work over the internet. Outside the city, you get more of that authentic country vibe that they used to be known for. Lots good place if you want to hook up. Lots of music as well, and all kinds of music. Con is that liberals are ruining it, and downtown can be an S show. Let's go over to Utah, Cedar City, Orem, Provo, Park City, Utah. I found that this was a great place for raising a family. There's a lot of family values, and it's a small town while keeping the accessibility to larger cities, such as Salt Lake City and others. And yeah, there are other national parks and such that are within travel distance. Cons are the cold weather can be brutal. New Orleans. Pros, it's very fun, and if you want to drink, this is a place for you. Lots of culture, lots of jazz music, obviously. So it's a good time, but I found it to be unsafe, and there will be people trying to rip you off and steal stuff. It's better to visit in small durations, lots of homeless, and it can be dangerous. Omaha, Nebraska. Pros are there's a lot of authentic people that DGAF about what you think of them, which I like, and quality of life is improving. I could not think of a single con. I will say though that it's kind of old school and a little bit rough around the edges. Going to Hawaii. Everybody likes Hawaii, but Wailuku, Waikiki, Oahu, and Maui, these are the places I've been. Kind of group them together, even though they are very different in different parts. Um, there's great air and very healthy food there. And you can find fun things to do if you get lucky. And obviously, good surfing, good waves. The cons are there are people trying to rip tourists off, and you feel like you're on an island in the middle of nowhere, so you can get a feeling of claustrophobic. Boston, Massachusetts. Pros, you are surrounded by history and feel important when you are there. The locals have attitude, and I put that in the pro column. Artists with DIY house shows for music. Yeah, there's a lot of musicians and artists. Walking, yeah, very walkable city, and I used to walk across the whole thing every day. Um, I would say it's a good place for relationships because people take their lives seriously here. Cons are that there's tons of rules and busybodies that want to get in your business, and another city that's being ruined by liberals. Brooklyn and New York City. Pros are that it's supposedly the greatest city on earth, and I stand by that. There's always something to do, always new things to explore. I like to play basketball, and there were some pretty intense pickup basketball games. Um, there's also great art, music, and theater here. Cons are it's dirty. Everybody acts like they are better than you. I never want to live there again, even though I don't mind visiting. The car situation, it's not easy to be transportation overall. You're gonna take the subway, and it's not a place to have a car. And also taxes. Costa Rica, one of the other outside the U.S. city or places I spent some time. Pros are it's a great place if you want to be healthy. There's a lot of nature to explore. You feel good. It's easy to be in a good mood when you're in Costa Rica. Very underappreciated beaches. And this is a place if you want to have spiritual awakenings and you want to go to a yoga retreat. Great place for that. Um, in the rainforest, it's really nice. Cons are it's easy to get ripped off when you're in Costa Rica. People will try to rip you off. And then a lot of parts of the country, you're going to need a good car. Make sure you get four-wheel drive or just don't get the small car like that I did. And then the bottom of your car hits the road and it's not fun. Okay, Amsterdam, Prague, Berlin. These are the cities in Europe that I spent the most time in. Pros are you feel like you're in a fairy tale with all the nice architecture. The canals are glorious, and I'm thinking of Amsterdam, and it's very uplifting. Lots of youth and music. If you enjoy cannabis, it's probably the most refined place to enjoy it. Um, drugs go together with music in all of these cities. There's a lot of experimentation and music go together. Biking is the mode of transportation, so you'll find people are in good shape for the most part, and there are tall, beautiful women, just how I like. Cons, you are kind of stuck in the city. There are trains that go elsewhere, but yeah, things are samey. Yeah, there's not a lot of diversity in terms of things to do, people. People think they are better than you. Maybe that was because I'm from the United States and they could tell I was from out of town. And then, yeah, it was hard to break things socially. All right. Well, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed my pros and cons of all the places I've lived. Over and out.